Hi students, today in this video we are going to discuss the factors affecting the photosynthesis. Factors. What a factor means which is to involve in the photosynthesis, because photosynthesis is not a single step, it may multi-step will be there and so many factors are required for this one. In the equation already we studied earlier, that is the 6CO2 called H2O in the presence of the light and chlorophyll gives the sugar, glucose and oxygen and H2 water. Each one which are participating in this, all these are the factors. Carbon dioxide is a factor, water is a factor, light is a factor, chlorophyll is a factor. In this one, the factors in which concentration it required, that is important. For example, carbon dioxide, how much concentration? If it is low, if it is high, what is that one? That we are going to see. And water and light, how much intensity it is. And chlorophyll, if it is more or less present, all these things are the factors. These factors are should present in the optimum level. Then only photosynthetic rate will be the more. If any factor become less, or the suboptimal level, at that time it will be the having the low rate of photosynthesis, yield will be less. That only we are telling. For example, in the croplands, these factors are important. If they are not in the proper way, the concentration, the yield will become less, the farmer will get the loss, productivity will be decreased. And several factors means, so these are the things, several factors are there which is to affect the photosynthesis. They may be present internal, means in the cellular level, or the in the inside the plant, in the tissue, and they are different in the inside the plant in the intercellular level. And next will be externally. Externally means that is the light and carbon dioxide, water and temperature also. Why? Because the temperature will affect a lot on the enzymes. You studied it in the biomolecules, in the enzymes. So the temperature also will affect. So those are called as external factors. The intrinsic and extrinsic, that in the growth and the development he has given. Means internal character, intrinsic, external character, extrinsic. So whenever we are seeing the internal factors, internal factors means within the plant. The plant inside, in the cellular level or tissue level, it is to have. So what are that? That is number, size, age, orientation of the leaves. Number of the leaves. The leaf number, leaves are the main point of the photosynthesis. Main photosynthesis will be taken in the leaves only, green leaves. So number of the leaves are more, photosynthesis rate will be more. And size also important. The size may be small or big size. So small size is there, then naturally it will be less photosynthetic rate. If it is more big size, more. And the number is more with big size, then photosynthetic rate will be more. That is the thing. And age of the leaf also important, because in the old age, means in the deciduous seasonally falling leaves, whatever we are telling, the seasonally falling, before falling that one, the cell will control its metabolic activity, and they will be, before that they will be, all the material whatever is present in the cell will be digested, protoplasm, and send it to the plant. So at that time slowly it will decrease in the old age leaves. The leaves which are developing very small from the starting, they also will have the low photosynthetic rate, but matured leaves will have maximum level of the photosynthetic rate. And Orientation of leaves. Orientation of the leaves means already studied. Here, single leaf is to present at each node. This is alternate phyllotaxy or opposite phyllotaxy. Or here to each node many leaves is to present oral phyllotaxy. All these things is studied in the plant physiology in the leaf. So what is the purpose of this? Means this phyllotaxy is meant to obtain maximum sunlight. In that one, they used to arrange the leaves at the node in particular way to obtain maximum sunlight. The phyllotaxy purpose is obtaining of the maximum sunlight, and it must expose the leaves to get the maximum sunlight. This is also neat point. So orientation of the leaves and mesophyll. Mesophyll is the tissue which is to present in the leaf, and they only will do the maximum photosynthesis. So mesophyll, how much it is present? If it is thin one, mesophyll will be less. Little bit thick one, it will be more. So depend upon the mesophyll cell tissue, the photosynthetic rate will be more. If it is more, if it is less, it will be less. And not only the mesophyll cell, each cell, how many chloroplasts it is having. Number of the chloroplast in generally it is to 20 to 40. That already I discussed in the when we are discussing about the chloroplast. Now, so chloroplast number and amount of the chlorophyll. Chloroplast is there. How much amount of the chlorophyll is present? Chlorophyll is to present in the light harvesting complex LHC. LHC number, how many are there in that chloroplast? If number is more, chlorophyll will be more, photosynthetic rate will be more. So chlorophyll content, how much it is, and internal carbon dioxide concentration. This only many people used to get the doubt. Internal carbon dioxide concentration. Actually, the mesophyll cells, whatever the present in the leaf is high rate of the metabolic activity, one of the most highly metabolic activity tissue in the plant at the time of the photosynthesis. So metabolic activity is more, energy required more. So energy requires more, respiration will be more. When the respiration is taking place in the mesophyll cells, then carbon dioxide will develop and it will come out. That all of you know. That carbon dioxide is required for the photosynthesis. So the carbon dioxide which is released by the mesophyll cells at the time of the photosynthesis will be reused in the photosynthesis. So the internal concentration of the carbon dioxide also important. Next, all these things whatever we discussed in this one, these are the internal factors, and these internal factors will be controlled by the genes. In the genetically it is to come, means from the cellular level, when it is coming from the parent plant in the form of the seed or something, they will carry all the genes and these characters will come out. So concentration depend upon the genetic predisposition and growth of plant. These factors used to come to the plant from the genetically. And one more important is growth of plant. Growth and development, he has written external and internal characters used to, extrinsic and intrinsic characters used to control the growth of the plant. So here, not only genetical characters, but also they require external factors also. Then only they will affect on this one. Means maybe increase or decrease. So these are the genetical characters of predisposition and growth of the plant also. Growth of the plant depend upon the external factors. and internal factors also, that parent and growth and development we will see. Now, one by one we will see. That is external factors. External factors, first, these are the internal factors, whatever number, size, age, orientation of leaves, and mesophyll cells, chloroplast number, and amount of the chlorophyll, and internal carbon dioxide concentration, and all these are the internal characters, internal factors. And now if you see all these things, internal factors will be, they are the predisposition, means here genetically at the time of the formation of the plant from the seed, means by the parent it will come genetically, and growth of the plant, and these characters will come, and growth of the plant depend upon the external also. For that he is telling growth of the plant, this he can ask. Genetically, if it can control the photosynthesis, means no. Growth of the plant means externally also required, that he has given in this one indirectly. Remember it. Now, external factors. External factors means here they are the not from genetically. It is the from the environment. It will get environmentally. It will get. What are they? They are the availability of sunlight. If the sunlight is in the optimum level, photosynthetic rate will be the max, more it will be. And if it is less, it will be temperature. Optimum level of the temperature is required. They are already in the biomolecules in the enzymes studied. 40 degrees above, the denaturation of the enzymes will be taken place. Temperature is having that much effect, means enzymes cannot work when the high temperature. Low temperature also they cannot work. That is a different one. So yeah, when enzymes are not working, there is no dark reaction is mainly depend upon the more enzymes compared to light reactions. And availability of the sunlight, temperature will affect on the mainly enzymes. That also carbon dioxide concentration, the carbon dioxide concentration in the air, how much it is, if it increase what happened, if it decrease what happened, that also. And water content, if the water stress is there, then the photosynthetic rate will be decreased. How it is, that we are going to discuss. And these factors simultaneously affect on photosynthesis. These external factors, whatever are there, what are they? Availability of the sunlight, temperature, carbon dioxide concentration, and water. These factors simultaneously at a time, all must be in the concentrated fixed concentration optimum level. Then only photosynthetic rate will be high. If any one is decreased, that will be rate will be decreased. So here, when more than two factors are present in a biochemical process, one of the factor, that may be this one, whatever it may be, one of the factor which is below the suboptimal level, means just below to the optimum level, it will decide the rate of photosynthesis. It will decide the rate of photosynthesis. Means out of carbon dioxide concentration is okay, water is okay, light is okay, but the temperature is less. At the time, the temperature is the limiting factor. Temperature is not proper, the enzymes won't work properly, and the rate of photosynthesis will be decreased. So, which factor is suboptimal level will work as a limiting factor for rate of photosynthesis. I think you understand this one. Now, see these factors, limiting when the factor is becoming limiting. Blackman 1905, in the biochemical process, he explained When more than the two factors are present in the biochemical process, one of the factor which is suboptimum level, optimum level means required level, below to the required level, that may be the carbon dioxide, water or light or the temperature, that will act as limiting factor, means it will limit the rate of the photosynthesis. That is the, this is important, he asked once in the 70. No, so light and carbon dioxide optimum level. For example, he has given in the NCERT book, light is optimum level, carbon dioxide is optimum level, but the temperature is suboptimal. Then which one is the limiting factor? Temperature is the limiting factor. Temperature is a limiting factor. He will ask like these questions. So that he has given in our NCERT book also. So here three, light, carbon dioxide, temperature, but the temperature is suboptimum level, means required level just below. So it will decide the rate of the photosynthesis, suboptimal. Now we'll see, that is the Blackman's, that is the law of limiting factor. What is the Blackman law of limiting factor? When more than two factors are involving in a biochemical process, the factor which is below to the suboptimum level will become a limiting factor, and because of that one, the rate of the productivity will be decreased, means photosynthesis will be decreased. That only law of limiting factor by the Blackman. Remember it, this is very most important. Now light, whenever we are taking light, generally we need to get the sunlight. He has given quality, light intensity, duration of light. What is quality? Quality means here the thing is that color, blue color and red color are most important. How much intensity the colors are, that quality of the light will depend upon the colors. Means by the splitting light, which color is more. Why he has given that also I will tell you. Leaves is to present on a tree. When you are taking the tree, here so many leaves are there. And leaves is to present internally also. Outside leaves will get the more sunlight. Inside leaves, diffused light will come. Already outside leaves are taken the light and they will reflect whatever they are not absorbed. That is the green light. For that one we are seeing the plant green color. So the leaves which are present inside the canopy, canopy means surface of the complete total surface of the plant, they will get less quality of the leaf, less quality of light. Color means red light, and so quality of the light is also important. Which quality of the light? Quality means color of the light. If it is having directly blue and red light are normal, then okay. But in the same plant, internal leaves used to have the less quality of light. For that he given. And light intensity, light will be the morning to evening whenever we are observing. Morning and evening light intensity will be less, and afternoon it will be more. Like that, the intensity of the light also will affect. And duration of the light. Already you might have observed, that is the long day, short day. Long day means it will have the 12 hours above. The sunlight will be there. Short day means 9 to 10 hours. Or 12 hours it is to present. 10 above long day, 8 to 10 is the short day. That you are observing in the nature also. So duration of the light is more, photosynthetic rate will be more. If it is less, photosynthetic rate will be less. So these are the things. Means here light, quality, color, light intensity and duration of the light, how much it is exposing to the light, leaf is exposing to the light, Depend upon that one. The photosynthesis will be more when it is exposed for the long time, and it is a short time it will be less. On that one, now next will be the light saturation. Saturation point is to present. Means now I told in that one how much it required. In the afternoon light, whenever we are seeing, that is having the maximum intensity. Out of that one, means afternoon light, around 12 to 2 o'clock. In that light, 10% is enough for the saturation. Means that much light is not required for the photosynthesis. In that one, 10% is enough because for the saturation condition. Means the maximum photosynthesis can be taken place in the 10% of the afternoon light. Here you should remember one thing. Because of this thing only, the plants which are growing in the shade, a little bit shade also, they are surviving because they are getting some time. It will be more exposure and less will be there. It will be. So this is most important. How the plants are surviving. 10% is enough. For that only, the light is not a limiting factor for many of the plants. 10% easily they will get of the sunlight. But in the forest, high dense forest, almost dark at the bottom, at the under the trees, at that these plants, and the plants which are completely growing in the shade only, they will have the light as limiting factor. This is important for me. Generally, why the plants are not getting the light as a limiting factor? Generally, you will ask. That is because 10% is saturation. It is necessary. It is enough compared to afternoon light. For that only, it won't work as a limiting factor. But where it will work as a limiting factor? In the dense forest and shade plants. Now we'll see what happens if the light intensity is very high. What happens beyond the point, means saturation point? If it is going very high, what happens? It will break down the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll will be affected. This also important point. How it will be affected? By photooxidation. Remember this point, note down. When the light intensity is increased, photooxidation will be taken place in the thylakoid. As oxygen concentration increased, that oxygen is highly excited oxygen will have the negative charge because of P2, means first 1s1, 2s2, 2p. It will have 2, and the second it will be 1, 1. Those are the valence is the 2, we should say. But it is more excited by the highlight. The 2p will, the pair of electrons will be divided, and one will come into the 3s. Even though O2 is formed by the covalent bond, it will have the negative charge. Because of its negative charge, it will go and react with chlorophyll, and chlorophyll will be damaged. It will lose its structure. That only beyond the point, it will damage the chlorophyll he has given because of photooxidation. Remember it. Photooxidation, what is it? Out of, but I given the clarity. When the excited condition, oxygen used to have, O2 molecule used to have the minus charge. Because of that charge, it will react with the chlorophyll and it will spoil its structure. That is the thing. So here, beyond the breakdown of the chlorophyll, so light is, whenever we are seeing, quality, light intensity, duration of light, light saturation point, full sunlight, how it will be, and beyond the point it will be damage. Yes, breakdown of the chlorophyll. It is over. That much only he has given. And light is not a limiting factor, majority of the thing, that is okay. Now come to the CO2 and the light he has given as a limiting factor, it is working. Now you see here, rate of photosynthesis, light intensity, one graph he has given in the NCERT book. Here he has given like this. From here to here he has given as A, from here to here given as B, and here it is C, and this is the D. What are they? He asked in the last questions also. And this one, this can be important. It is important for Neet also. A is gradually the low light is increasing. When the rate of light is intensity is increasing, up to here, it is a limiting factor. Remember, A is the light works, low light works as the limiting factor. And when it will be released from the limiting in the B, that is the 50% as the limiting. Here you will get the doubt, what is 50%? Anything won't work. The productivity won't work completely, the genetically also. That it will, the plant breeding it will come. That is a different one. Up to coming here, if all the other factors are suitable for this one, then it will go like this. That is linear, but it is taking the curve. Why? Because when it reached up to the B, the other factors like the carbon dioxide, temperature, water, they will work as a limiting, because it is going like this, light is okay. But the thing is, other factors also should increase, but it is not possible in the nature. So it is other factors in the C will work as limiting. So it will go on parallelly. Where the curve has taken, that is B, that is the saturation point of the light. Remember the thing, A is the limiting factor which is steadily growing, linear. B is it is releasing from the limiting factor. And C is the other factors are working as the limiting factor, so it is constantly, it is parallelly, it is traveling according to light intensity, rate of photosynthesis is constant. So up to here, the rate of the photosynthesis will be more. After reaching the B, it will be the rate won't be increased. Photosynthetic rate won't be increased. And the point D, whatever the curve has taken, that is the saturation point. Means if 10% of the light also, if you are giving constantly, then it will go linear. But after some extent, it will be. For example, if you see same type of but sigmoid graph can be seen, growth and development. There also one graph is that is exponential growth, and next will be the growth will be stabilized growth, and the log phase, all the things he has given. Okay, now just we can ask, because we cannot say how the person will ask the question in the Neet. Remember it. But you read that one and this one also at a time. Then if he frame any question in the Neet, he can give the answer. But here A is the limiting factor, the low light it is working. After reaching to the saturation point, this curve will be formed, because other factors will work as the limiting factors, and this curve, the D, is called as a light saturation point. All these things will come here. So here it is. The thing is, this light is a light, how it will work as the factor, how it will be more, how it will be less, all the things we discussed. Now we'll see the carbon dioxide concentration. Out of all the factors, external factors, what are they? Light, concentration of the carbon dioxide, temperature, water. 4 factors he has given in our book. Out of the 4 factors, most Major limiting factor is, if you ask, that is the carbon dioxide given in the textbook also. Because carbon dioxide concentration is less in the atmosphere. How much it is? 0.3, 0.03 to 0.04% it is to present. But oxygen concentration is 21. Remember it. There we will discuss it in the photo oxidation. That is the photo respiration. Okay, it's all right. So the thing is 0.03 to 0.04 used to present in between. Carbon dioxide concentration used to present in the atmosphere. That carbon dioxide only it has to take for the photosynthesis. This one. And next, and up to 0.5, if you increase the carbon dioxide concentration to the plant, it will increase the photosynthetic rate also. Up to, he will ask question, that is the up to the 0.05%, means up to 0.01%. If you increase up to that one, the photosynthetic rate also will be increased. 0.03 to 0.04 it is to present in the nature, but artificially if you supply the carbon dioxide, or because of some reason carbon dioxide increase up to 0.05, 0.05, this is important. Only it will increase the photosynthetic rate, productivity rate will be more. Now increase the productivity means photosynthesis. Beyond, if it increases the more than 0.05 and continued for a long time, that is, it will damage the cell. Now, first it will damage the chloroplast. You may get the doubt how it is. Acid will form, carbonic acid. More than that one, it will take only point up to 0.05 only. Above that one will form the carbonic acid. The acidity won't be allowed by the stroma, and all the things will be affected. That is the thing. Damages. And now if you see C3 and C4 plants respond differently. What is this? Because C3 plants will be concentration of the carbon dioxide whenever we are increasing in the C4 plants also up to the 0.04%, both will increase. No problem. When other factors are optimum. That remember it. When other factors are optimum, 0.03 to 0.04 percentage will become cause of the increasing of the photosynthetic rate. But artificially, when we are supplying carbon dioxide to the plant, up to the 0.05%, the photosynthetic rate also will be increased. Beyond that 0.05%, if carbon dioxide concentration is more for the long time, it will be harmful for the stroma. Chloroplast will be damaged. And this depends. Now, what we told, 0.03 to 0.04%. In that one, when the atmosphere carbon dioxide is there, they will take the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere for photosynthesis. In this one, the saturation point, if it is having more than that one, that much only it will take. That capacity is like that. The capacity of the chlorophyll is in the C3 and C4 plant is different. That we used to call it a saturation point. Beyond that one, if you give the carbon dioxide also, the rate of the photosynthesis won't be increased. That is, in the C4 plant, saturation point is 360 microliters per liter. Whereas in the C3, 450 microliters per liter. Here I am giving one more clarity to you people. That is 360 microliters per liter. Note down this one. Is nothing 0.036 percentage. That is the, if you refer the book, you will give you. Because he has given the last sentence, I will tell that also. Now you see, 360 microliters per liter is nothing, 0.036, which is present in between. That is the 0.03 to 0.04, means 36 means in between only. So in the C4 plants, saturation point is atmospheric carbon dioxide concentration. That is the neat bit. But in the C3 plants, the saturation point is 450 microliters per liter. What is this? Means here it is 0.03 to 0.04. It is present in this one. So now if you calculate, it will be the 0.045. Means atmospheric carbon dioxide more than that one, it is saturation point it is having. So in the C3 plants, the saturation point is above the available concentration of the carbon dioxide through the air. It works as a limiting factor. It works as a limiting factor. Why I am telling this much detailedly? That last paragraph he has given one more thing there, that also we will see. So now C3 has a limiting factor to carbon dioxide. This he has given in the textbook. People used to get the doubt. Why? Because they don't know the 360 microliters means how much percentage, 450 microliters means how much percentage. Generally, many people also we don't take. But the 360 means it is 0.036 percentage of atmosphere. That is in between this one, remember it. And 450 means 0.045 percentage. So it is above 0.04. So it won't be saturated. C3 plants won't be saturated under normal conditions when they are getting the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Remember the point, remember it. So it will be, saturation point will be reached by the C4 plants easily than C3 plants. If we give the statement, it is correct. Because C3 plants are having more capacity to take more carbon dioxide. That is the thing. And saturation point and this thing, and high C3 has a limiting factor because it is not getting full saturation carbon dioxide through the atmosphere. So it is not reaching to the saturation point. So it is a limiting factor. If you give more carbon dioxide, it is able to produce more, it will do the more photosynthesis. That is the thing. That is the meaning. High causes more productivity because it is a 0.04 above it is. So high productivity rate also will be given. Which one will be saturation point if it is becoming high? What is the advantage? He will ask. It will fix more carbon dioxide in the photosynthesis and yield will be increased. Now you see here, limiting factor high causes more productivity. In greenhouses, that in the last paragraph he mentioned, tomatoes and bell pepper, which is the vegetable, they will do greenhouses. Artificially, they will supply carbon dioxide for some duration. Means carbon dioxide concentration, they will increase in the greenhouses artificially. Up to what? Up to the 0.05. As the saturation point for the C3 plants is, that is the 450. Means that what I told, 0.045. But availability is a 0.04 only, below that one. But we increase. Naturally, the productivity will be more than the yield of the tomatoes or bell pepper will be increased because of high saturation point which is present in the C3 plants. This only can ask in the Neet. If any vegetable or anything C4 plant grown in the greenhouse by increasing the carbon dioxide, what happens? No improvement, because their saturation point is the 360 microliters, 0.036 only. If you increase the more than that one, it cannot take. So increasing of the carbon dioxide is advantageous for the C3 plants, not to the C4 plants. But C4 plants are having another mechanism, that is C4 mechanism. Previous video we discussed. In that one, the concentration will be increased by the separate mechanism. So in the normal conditions, C4 plants will give more productivity than C3 plants at high temperatures. That also remember it. All these things are the very important for the Neet. But he touched these factors affecting the photosynthesis only once in the 2017 only. Chances are there. Now I am discussing in detail. He can ask in any way. So greenhouses, tomato and bell pepper, why it is to give more productivity? Because artificially we used to supply carbon dioxide and it increase more than 0.05, 04. So the productivity will increase. Because of that one only yield will be more. Now we will see the temperature. Now temperature used to affect differently in the enzyme activity of the chloroplast contents. How it is? Dark reaction enzymes are sensitive. Stroma dark reaction will be taken place. In that one, many enzymes used to participate in the Kelvin cycle. These enzymes are sensitive to the high temperature or low temperature. But light reaction, also some enzymes are there, they are not that much sensitive. This is the difference. This difference causes for the C4 plants formation that I discussed in the previous video also. But he has given this clearly in the NCERT book, factors affecting in the affecting photosynthesis he has given. So chances are there C4 he connect here. Now tomatoes and bell pepper. Now the temperature, the dark reaction enzymes are sensitive to temperature than light reaction. He has given in the textbook. Please see that one. Means light reaction will become fast, dark reaction will become slow. Then photorespiration will be taken place. That is the cause. Understand? I think C4 plant respond to the special way. What is the by forming the, that is the mesophyll cells won't have the Robesco. Robesco used to present in the bundle sheath cells. By separating the dark reaction from the mesophyll cells of the C4 plant in the bundle sheath cells, it will take care. Robesco cannot present in the mesophyll cells. If it is there, then the photorespiration will be taken place. That is the cause. So temperature and this one respond to the high temperature. Here he has not given, but in the before that one, he has given the C3C plant differences to the differences there he has given. Means especially means 30 to 40 degrees centigrade they can tolerate by having a special mechanism to avoid the photorespiration. There is a 30 to 40 degrees also they can tolerate, and productivity rate will be more in the C4 plants. Whereas C3 plants 20 to 25 only. This is also important point. And next, optimum temperature differ on the habitat. This is given. Optimum temperature means where the saturation point will come. The temperature optimum will be little bit more in the, that is, you see here, high temperature, optimum temperature differ in the habitat. That is the tropical plants, which is more temperature they are growing. They will have saturation point will be the high temperatures also. It can little bit high temperatures. C3 also can tolerate some extent the high temperature in the tropical region plants, but in the temperate region they are not having, because the habitat is a tropical or temperate. This we can ask. Temperate region growing plants or optimum temperature is little bit less, but because it is depend upon the habitat. And if you see in the subtrop, that is a temperate tropical region plants, it will can tolerate some extent. So these are the things about the temperature. So dark reaction enzymes are sensitive to temperature than light reaction enzymes. So when the temperature is increasing, dark reaction will become slow, light reaction will become increase. That causes photorespiration, that I given in the detailing in the previous video. That he has given in the book also here. This will be applied there. Now, you see, here the C4 plants respond by the special mechanism to avoid photorespiration. Even though temperature increase, they can tolerate by separate mechanism that we discussed already in the C4 plants. That is okay. Next, optimum temperature used to differ based on the habitat. That also is given, that also you should remember. That is, habitat, tropical plants used to have, can tolerate some extent more high temperature also they will work. But in the temperate region, they will be, they cannot tolerate a high temperature because habitat is controlling that one. Next, last one, that is the water. Water is the arena of all the metabolic activities for the cytosol cell. So water is not a problem directly. The water is less, it will die, that's all. But water also will affect before that one. It is dying the cell because of the water, lack of the water. It will affect the indirectly on the photosynthetic rate. How it is? Now already you know, that is, when the water is not available properly, needed water is not available to the plant, the stress hormone will be released and stomata will be closed. In the C4 plants also I discussed the same thing. When the stomata is closed, carbon dioxide cannot enter freely from the atmosphere into the mesophyll cells. So carbon dioxide concentration will be decreased, supply of the carbon dioxide in the C3 plants, and photosynthetic rate will be decreased. But C4 plants are having separate design, so they will survive. And next will be the stress. What it will do? It will wilting of the leaf. The leaves used to, the leaf will be wilted like this. like this. At that time, what happens? Generally, it is will be rolled also in the grasses. So surface area will be decreased. The surface area decrease, light availability will be less in the inside, whatever the mesophyll is there. So photosynthetic rate will be decreased. Here, one more I am giving the information. Please note down. Chances are there to ask in the need. Turgid cells. What is turgid cell? The osmotic because the osmosis, the water solvent will enter into the low concentration with some pressure, osmotic pressure. But at the same time, the cell will be covered in the plant cell will be covered by the cell wall. It also will apply same pressure on the entry of, and stop the entry of the water because of the wall pressure. That a previous syllabus it is there, but it is. So when the even though concentration differences are there between the outside water and inside the cell, the water cannot enter into the cell because of the wall is giving the same pressure to stop the entry of the water into the cell. That is, then the cell is called as turgid cell. Why I am telling? Turgid cell used to increase the size of the cell, and turgid cell will do the maximum metabolic activity. That is important. Turgidity will be reduced when the water is not taking properly, water is availability is less. So turgid cell is not forming, metabolic activity will be reduced, and photosynthetic rate will be reduced. This is out of, but chances are there. So here you see, thus this I discussed, carbon dioxide concentration, it is major limiting factor because carbon dioxide only important for the formation of the sugar. So it is a limiting factor. Why? Because the atmosphere it is very less percentage. How much? It is a 0.03 to 0.04 up to 0.05. If we increase, the photosynthetic rate will be increased. But in the nature, it is a 0.03 to 0.34 only available. And next will be the when increases 0.5, if you give up to more carbon dioxide, if you supply artificially up to 0.05, it will be increased. That also only C3 plants, remember it. Now you came to know, so I am telling. Now here increasing beyond the long, if you give 0.05 above concentration of the carbon dioxide to the cell, mesophyll cell, long time if you use, it will damage yes for the cell. That is because of that may be the carbonic acid used to form. That is like discussed already. And in the below that one 0.04, both will increase C3 and C4. After 0.04 only difference will come in the C3 plants will take more carbon dioxide because of its saturation point is the 450 microliters per liter. Remember the point. But whereas in the saturation point is the C4 360 microliters per liter. That is nothing. 0.036. In the natural condition, C4 plants can survive and do the maximum productivity, but above that one, saturation point is more in the C4, C3 plants. They will do more productivity if you give them artificially. That we are doing in the greenhouses. Greenhouses, we are growing some crops, tomato, bell pepper. They will give more yield, but because of we are supplying carbon dioxide more concentration. Why it is giving, he can ask. That is given in the textbook also. Remember it. You see this. So next is the temperature. Temperature is affecting a lot. Every 10 degrees centigrade of the temperature, enzyme activity will become double in the biomolecules he has given. Or every 10 degrees centigrade, it will be reduced in the same ratio. So optimum is important. So temperature will affect on the dark reaction more than the light reaction, he is telling. Dark reaction enzymes are sensitive to the temperature than light reaction enzymes. This is important point which can be applied for the photorespiration also. Next, and now you are seeing here C4 plants respond to the special way, that is C4 plant adaptation, that C4 cycle. That is